Let's take a glimpse into India's extraordinary journey from pre-independence to the formation of a republic. In 1947, India gained independence from British rule. At that time, India was overwhelmingly rural, largely illiterate and exceedingly poor with no industries and no capital for economic growth. The country also faced severe social problems like caste hierarchy, superstition, and division along regional, religious, and social lines. The future of the nation seemed uncertain, with deep concerns about keeping the country even united. There was a pressing need for a stable political system to fulfill the expectations, hopes, and aspirations of the people and develop India into a strong nation. In 1950, India adopted its constitution to become a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. Then, this era was marked by a sense of national unity and rejuvenation for progress. India has gone from having a GDP of just 2.7 lakh crore at the time of independence to sitting close to 150 lakh crore today. What is GDP? In simple words, the total value of all goods and services produced in a country during a year is called its GDP or gross domestic product. India has seen growth in its GDP in the past decade. However, when we look at the GDP per capita, which is the GDP divided by the population, India's ranking falls to 142nd, whereas China is at 75th. On the positive side, India has a huge democratic advantage. The majority of the population is under 30 years old, brimming with energy, ideas, and potential. With an average age of just 28.7 years and a whooping 500 million young people, India boasts the largest youth population in the world. In comparison, China's average age is around 38.4 years, highlighting a significant difference. But what does the youth need? 6 parameters: education, health, employment, equality and inclusion, peace and security, civic and political participation. All these areas come together and form the Youth Development Index. However, our current ranking is 122nd. Improving this rank will not only give more justice to the youth, but would also help in creating an opportunity for full expression of the creativity, energy, and talent. Let's see the challenges in these parameters and the solutions. Education. India's education expenditure stands at 3% of GDP, which is below the global average of 5% in society. Healthcare. India's healthcare system is currently facing numerous challenges. Did you know that India spends only 2.1% of its GDP on healthcare? That's lower than the global average of 11%. Oxfam recommends strengthening education and public health by increasing government spending to meet the global benchmarks of 6% and 3.5% of GDP, respectively. These actions can pave the way for a healthier and more equitable healthcare system, benefiting everyone in the community. Peace Index. India's ranking is 126th out of 163 countries. Underscores the urgent need for holistic solutions like social harmony, fraternity, that is to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India. Employment opportunities. The unorganized sector, which makes up to 90% of India's employment, is also grappling with these issues. Despite high entrepreneurial intentions, young entrepreneurs often face constraints like lack of access to financial resources, but also ensure that young people find jobs that match their skills effectively and address India's unemployment challenges, offering a brighter future for its youth. Equality and inclusion. Whenever such opportunity or chance to participate is denied is called inequality. Addressing these disparities is crucial for fostering a more inclusive and equitable society for all. Civic and political participation. Many problems in society are worsened by the inaction of well-meaning individuals who either choose to mind their own business or remain indifferent and callous to certain issues. Their involvement in civic and political matters will not only lead to a safer, more inclusive and responsible society, but also play a vital role in the noble process of nation building, where every voice matters and liberty of expression is cherished. The Youth Development Index comprises 6 key areas and 11 additional facets that contribute to the overall development of young people. These areas encompass education, health, employment, equality and inclusion, peace and security, civic and political participation, reflecting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals aimed for achievement by the year 2030 encompass all 17 goals, including no poverty, quality education, gender equality, and climate action, among others. Interestingly, you would be very happy to know that the Constitution of India already has all these 17 goals right from its inception since 1950. Not only these 17 goals, but our constitution has got more crucial objectives like social justice, economical justice, political justice, social equality, social security, sustainable agriculture, and sustainable transport, indicating a highly visionary approach for overall development for the nation and its citizens. In our constitution, the term education appears 119 times and health appears 127 times, alongside Articles 43, 39, and 47 that stress on the standard of living. The Constitution of India's Part 4, that is, Directive Principles of State Policy, serve as guiding principle for governance, forming policies and making laws focusing on welfare, education, health, employment, and environmental protection. The Directive Principles of State Policy, where the word state refers to the entire government machinery from the local self-government, legislature and union till the President of India, is called state. Article 38 directs the government to formulate policies for the welfare of the people and environmental protection. It emphasizes public health, the standard of living, and the health and strength of workers, men, women, and children. Article 42, 43, 47, and 48A ensure just and humane conditions of work, maternity relief, and environmental protection. The Constitution also mandates free and compulsory education for all children until they turn 14 years old. Article 39 aims to distribute resources for the common good, prevent wealth concentration, and provide opportunities and facilities for children's healthy development and inequality reduction. Article 41 guarantees the right to work, education, and public assistance in various circumstances. These principles collectively aim to minimize inequalities and promote a more equitable and prosperous society. Article 48 of the Indian Constitution directs the government to organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines, reflecting a commitment to agricultural advancement and efficiency. Our Constitution, a living document for its citizens, also outlines the fundamental duties of its citizens, like in Article 51A, to promote harmony, common brotherhood, develop a scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. These duties also entail striving for excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity to ensure the nation's constant progress and achievement. This would also mean improving indices such as the Human Development Index, Gender and Inclusive Development Index, Environment Index, and ultimately the Happiness Index. The nation would be democracy is a form and method of government whereby revolutionary changes in the economical and social life of people are brought about without bloodshed, that is, associated living. Justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity are fundamental to democracy. How can we improve our ranking to be amongst the top 30 countries and become one of the strongest democracies in the world? Knowledge about these indicators should be integrated into the syllabus of schools and colleges to educate students about their significance and implications. Secondly, local level rankings of Human and Gender Development Index along with Environment Index should be published regularly. These rankings should be made publicly available on hoardings, newspapers, media, and in all public domains at predefined intervals by recognizing the fact that whatever is measured or tracked can be improved. Enhance rankings, but also constitutionally build a nation where there is a well-structured and high-quality public healthcare system, coupled with a well-developed public education system. In this country, the standard of living is high, economic opportunities abound, and there is social and gender equality. High-speed internet is accessible even in remote areas. The nation boasts a vibrant food, fashion, entertainment, music, and art scene, reflecting its rich cultural diversity. The environment is pristine, with fresh air, clean drinking water, and healthy food readily available. It is a peaceful country where youth actively participate in civil and political matters. Human rights and civil liberties are respected, with justice and trust in the government. Political power is well distributed, and progressive legislations is the norm. Governance is transparent, and there is freedom of press and liberty. Religious freedom is guaranteed, and there is a well planned, efficient public transportation system and infrastructure. Here we can say that the Constitution of India is truly implemented in spirit. In this envisioned future, the youth are not merely the leaders of tomorrow, but the architects of today, wholeheartedly building the nation. They are guided by the wisdom and blessings of the elderly and inspired by the pure hearted salute of the children, creating a harmonious symphony of generations working together towards a brighter future for we, the people of India.